Hello and welcome to Your Journey Yoga. I'm Cheryl. Thanks for joining me today. So I had a request for some core workouts. So that is what we are going to do today. And we're going to get it actually at different levels. A lot of people figure that if you're going to be working your core, you got to be laying on the ground. Not the case. So you are going to activate some other muscles, but we are going to get a very nice, very thorough core workout. Your core muscles, your stabilizer muscles are so important for so many reasons. Posture, your gait as far as how you walk, balance, going back to stability. And it incorporates not just your tummy, but also the pelvic girdle and your posterior chain, all the muscles throughout your back. So those supporting muscles that help us to stand tall, to stay balanced, to stay stable, and to stay strong. So those are what we're going to be working today. So I invite you to step on your mat. You really don't need a mat, but yes, definitely more comfortable if you do have one. A bottle of water if you need one, some comfortable clothes that aren't too bindy, that aren't super loose, but whatever you're doing, they're in your area. So if you need a little something stronger than water, knock yourself out. If you literally don't, but get whatever you need. A towel, and let's get going. So we're just going to stand, but we're going to widen our stance. We're going to keep our feet parallel, so those toes are going to stay pointing forward. We're just going to bring the hands kind of right up by your head. You don't have to touch your head. Definitely don't touch your face, but whatever's comfortable for you. They can be out to the side. You can have them arms long, whatever feels good. And we're going to rotate to one side. We're going to hold that rotation. So as you hold your rotation, I want you to stand really tall, lengthening. Come back to center, other side. Turn, hold that rotation. So those oblique muscles are what are working, what are firing up. We're also working in that upper and middle back. Back to center. One more time. And back to center. Last time, opposite direction. Hold. So those hips are facing forward. We're just rotating through the trunk. Back to center. Now extend those arms and just swing it. Back and forth, making sure you're not going to knock over anything so your space is clear. Doesn't matter how fast or slow, guys, but we definitely don't want to take off in helicopter arms. So we're in control. We're staying strong through the belly. We come back to center, bringing the hands to heart center. We're going to just do some squats. So by doing squats, we are incorporating those core muscles. We are engaged to the core for stability, to keep the chest lifted. Now we're going to add a little difficulty here. We're going to lift and we're going to rotate. Now as you rotate, we're going to hold that rotation. I don't care which leg is up. Come back through, squat. Other side, hold that rotation. Keep that leg up as long as you can. Back to center, wide stance, rotate, twist. Now we're trying to throw ourselves off of balance here. So if that happens, it's fine. Breathe, 2 more times. Squat, reach. That rotation, keep that knee lifted, back to center, rotate, breathe, back to center, squat. Now I want you to come up onto your tippy toes, and reach, 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 reach. So as high as you can reach. So we're balancing. We are not only working to stabilize our muscles in the core, but you'll feel it in your ankles and your feet. Breathe. Now we're going to bend the knees, stay high on the balls of the feet, and open those arms out to a T. Breathe. Core strong, all of those stabilizer muscles working. Now rotate. Breathe. Can you feel everything working? And back to center. Are you still on the balls of your feet? Rotate other direction. And back to center, release your heels. Bring the hands back to behind the head. Rotate, lift, hold. Back to center squat. Rotate, lift, hold. Back to squat, 2 more times. Rotate, hold. Back to center, rotate, hold. Back to center, and rise. Open the arms out to a T, core strong, rotate. Keep the hips facing front. Just rotate that upper body. Back to center. Other side. And back to center. Relax your arms. Now we're going to take those feet out a little bit wider, and you're going to turn your left toes more towards the top corner of your mat, if you will. We're going to take that left hand, right arm extends out. Now this time we're going to lunge in, kind of almost like a 45-degree angle crescent lunge, rather than being straight ahead. So the knee is turned out right over those toes. Now as we pull in, you're going to rotate and squeeze, drawing the elbow towards the knee. Step it back. Draw it in. Step it back. Draw it in. Step it back. 2 more. Draw it in. Step it back. Draw it in, hold it. Breathe. And step it back. Almost felt like I was the Heisman there for a second. And we come back up. Now let's take it to the other side. So we turn the feet, 45-degree angle. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. We just want that knee to go right out over those toes without being beyond the toes. So we come up onto the ball of the back foot. Now that left arm is extended. Right hand just coming up right by the head. So we're working opposition here. So that back leg, opposite elbow. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, draw it in. Squeeze the elbow towards the knee. Step it back. So those first couple might be your body figuring out what the heck to do to make this successful. Pull it in. Step it out. 2 more. Pull it in. Squeeze that belly button in. And out. Pull it in. Hold. Breathe. And step it out. Release. And step in. Good, let's come together. So we're going to come down onto our knees. Safe way, however you need to come down. All right, so we're going to extend left leg straight out to the side. Hands right behind your head. Again, don't touch your face or anything, wherever it feels right to you. If you have a strap or something, towel, you can even take a hold of that. And we're going to lean towards that extended leg and come back up. Lean towards and come back up. So at the same time we're working those obliques, we're getting this really nice long stretch through the side of the body as well. You might be feeling this through the inside, those adductor muscles along the inside of that left leg. Breathe. Coming back up. Now let's release that right hand down, right in line with that right knee. So we're going to make like 3/4 of a square here with our bodies. The wrist and the ankle right in line, the wrist and the shoulder right in line with each other. And we're going to roll open and lift that top leg. Now the secret here is really working to keep that leg from drifting down. Once we find a spot, and it can be down or it can be higher, no higher than your hip though. We want to keep stability here. We want to keep that same level. So you're going to, as you get tired, you're going to find yourself kind of wanting to sweep down. You want to resist that and stay on that same plane. Okay? Arm can be extended or hand can rest on your hips. We're going to go 2 times forward and 2 times back. 2 times forward, 2 times back. Now you really wanted to keep stability through the hips. So the only thing that's moving is your leg through that hip joint. If the arm is extended, just a little more challenging. Find that breath. If you can smile, smile. Breathe. Be mindful because those hips are going to want to sway. Don't let them. 1 more time. Bring it to center. Take it up and down. Just little up and downs. Breathe. Lifting out of that right shoulder. Starting to feel that in the hips. So not only are we working the core, we're working that leg. 1 more. Little circles. Doesn't matter which direction. And switch. Beautiful. Now hold. Flex your foot. Press through that heel. Squeeze that gluteus minimus, guys, that little muscle in your butt. Great stabilizer. And release that foot down. Maybe give a little stretch. We'll give a little stretch. Reach those hands to the right. Press your hips to the left. Just because I love you. So much. Now take the hands to the left. Reach your hips to the right. So those obliques working, but we get that added benefit of the glutes. All right, back to center. Child's pose. And let's walk those hands up. So back to that same position. Arm comes out, leg comes out. Arm is extending to the sky this time. Core is strong. So I want you little tiny bit of weight on that right hand. Core is strong, and we're gonna rise. Now flex your wrists. Now our job is to not touch the floor. Slowly, slowly, slowly come over. Don't touch if you can help it, and come back up. So there's not a lot of weight going on in that left leg. It's really just kind of out as a kickstand. A little counterbalance. Beautiful. So we're firing up those obliques. Draw that belly button in and up. We get that added benefit of working the shoulders, biceps, triceps. So by flexing those wrists, we've recruited more muscles through the arms. So potentially working our entire body. Beautiful. And let's do that one more time. If you're able to stop and hold. If you need to release down, release down. Just hover above the mat. Can you feel that? Oh yes. Release it down. Rotate that left palm and reach it up and over. Long stretch. And inhale it all the way back up. Relax your arms. We switch sides, drawing that left leg in. Right leg extends out. I'm like, seriously, I forgot we had two legs. We'll be grateful. We have two legs, right? So, all right, guys. So bringing that left hand down, right in line with that knee. Again, ankle, not ankle. I said it before too. Shoulder and wrists, right in line. Hand can rest on your hip or extend to the sky. We're gonna lift that right leg. So again, we want it to just stay in that same line. So we're not dipping down as we come through center. We're not letting those hips kind of go forward and back. Super strong through the hips and the core. Only thing moving is that leg through the hip joint. We go forward 2 kicks and back 2 kicks. Making sure that we are not sitting the bottom back as you sweep that leg through. Doing our best to keep that leg from dropping down through center. Keeping that belly button drawn in, lifting out of that left shoulder. So there's lots of things going on. Lots of things to be mindful about. And then focus on your breath. Maybe take your mind off of those things once your body's got it. That repetitive motion one more time. And back to center. Lift and lower. Can you still smile? If not, try. 2 more. Last one, little tiny circles. My plant's tickling my toes. And switch directions. And hold, flex your foot, press through your heel. Can you feel that in your glutes? Can you feel it in your belly? And release. Beautiful job. Reach your hands out to the left. Press your hips off to the right. And relax the weight of the upper body down. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk through center. And then over to the right. Reach to your fingertips. Press your hips to the left. Find your breath. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk back through the center. So we got that oblique work to do. Let's walk the hands up. Once again, left arm comes out, right leg extends. This time, let's extend that right arm to the sky. Okay, so little to no weight on that left hand. Really firing up those obliques, strong through the belly. And we rise. Slow and steady. At the top, flex your wrists. Now noticing hip and knee right over each other. We want to keep it that way so that you're not leaning too far forward that way. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Can you do it without touching the mat? And back up. So we're keeping those hips right over the knee. That bottom has a tendency to want to sit back. We want to resist that. So we stay strong through the hip joint. We stay strong through the bellies. Now again, as you flex your wrists, you're recruiting more muscles through the arms. Always a good thing. And then how's that breath? Just slow and steady. Breathe. Awesome job, you guys. 2 more. So on this last one, when we take it down, if you're able, hold and just hover above the floor. Hover, hover, hover. And release. Rotate that right palm towards the up and over. And reach. Extend through the ribs. All the way out through the tips of the fingers. And inhale, rise. Draw that knee back in, and let's sit it back. So if that's not super comfortable for you, just go ahead and have a seat on your bottom, grab a little drink if you need to. So from here, we are going to come down onto our hip, and we're going to sweep the feet around, sliding on down to the top of your mat. Now an option I'm going to give to you guys is if you have a hand weight handy, you are welcome to use one. If you don't have one or you don't want to, you don't need it. It's just a little extra. So I will show it with and without. We're going to come to boat pose first. So particularly if you are taking care of your back today, you're going to bring your hands supporting, so you're not going to have the weight. If at all you're taking care of your back, disregard the weight. And we rock back to our boat pose. If you have decided to take a hold of that weight, you're holding it in both hands. So one hand on each end. If you like, and we're here with taking care of the lower back, you still need a little extra support. Bring your hands behind you so that you can lean back a little bit. So one thing that you can remember in needing to take care of your lower back, when you start to hollow out your tummy and your chest and you get lazy through your belly, it all sends it into your lower back. So by lifting the chest, drawing that belly button in, you're going to keep it out of your chest or out of your lower back and keep it in your belly and the upper back. So we're strengthening. So from here in our boat pose, we're going to alternate extending leg. If you have your weight, it's just kind of right by your chest, not resting on your chest, but out and away. This way, you're getting a little benefit of your biceps working by holding that weight out and away from you. Now, if you are not supporting, but you don't have your weight, you can do the same thing. No weight. Alternating legs. Now, if you like, with or without the weight, as you extend the leg, you extend the arm. Keeping that belly button drawn in. One more each side. Last one, back to boat. Now, with or without that weight, whatever you like, we're going to take both legs out. Now, if you need to kind of draw the heels or the toes kind of out your mat, that's fine. That'll give you a little bit of support. Now, you're not releasing your weight all the way. You're sliding and pulling. So if we've lifted, we've just added the load. Extending out, pulling in. Extending out, pulling in. Now you can do the same thing if you're supporting with your lower back. Out and in. Now you're going to start to really feel this through the hip flexors and the lower abs. Come in, take a break, hinge forward, butterfly. So just a nice little release for that lower back. Breathe. Now slowly, starting at your tailbone, roll it up, one vertebra at a time. So again, picking up that weight if you like. This time, we come here, soles of the feet are on the mat. We lift through the chest. Now a nice natural curve of your spine. Not super, super straight, not really, really hollow. just a nice natural curve. And we're going to slowly come back. Hold. Extend one leg out, pull it in. Extend the other leg out, pull it in. And rise. Now you do not have to do the legs. Take it back. Hold here if you like. One leg, back to center. Other leg, back to center. And rise. We've got 2 more of those. If the weight's too much, put it down. Extend and in. How's that belly button? Draw it in. Extend and in. And rise. One more time. Come back. Extend. Draw it in. Extend. Draw it in. And rise. Now I just want you to open up your feet a little bit wider. Set your weight down. Maybe use the weight to kind of roll out. If you don't have that weight, walk your fingertips forward. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And bring that weight back with you if you've got it. Extend those legs out nice and long. Set your weight off to the side, extending the arms out nice and long. Flex your feet. We rotate one direction, doesn't matter which direction. Arms are open out to a T. We've lengthened through the crown of the head. So nice tall spine. Come back to center. Another direction, rotate it. Keep long through the spine. Strong through the belly. Back to center. Relax your arms. Extend your arms out. Soften your feet. Core strong. Slowly roll yourself back. Take your time. As slow as you can make it. Draw that belly button in and back. And relax. We draw the right knee in towards the chest. Extending that right leg. Now some options here. That left leg can stay on the floor. We can bend that left knee with the sole of the foot on the floor. Or you can extend and lift that left leg. Upper body can remain down, arms out to a T. Or if you like, lift up. Take a hold of that right leg. We do 2 tugs in and switch. So we're scissor kicking our legs with 2 gentle tugs to deepen the stretch for the hamstrings. Now our toes can be soft, or those toes can be pointed, or if you want, flex those feet, and that's going to get you extra intensity, both with the stretch as well as all the different muscles that are being recruited. The more you can lift those shoulder blades off the mat without causing tension in your neck, the more you're going to activate all of the muscles throughout your belly. 2 more. Last one. Draw both knees in and slowly lower your upper body down. Extending the arms out to a T. Pull those feet out and away from you. In a 90-degree bend, we slowly lower both legs to the left. And come back to center. And now to the right. Taking it down as low as you can without releasing all the way to the mat. And back to center. Again to the left. And back to center. And again to the right. And back to center. Keeping those knees at 90 degrees. Reach those hands up towards the sky. Now lift the upper body straight towards the sky. So we're not reaching towards the knees, we're reaching up. I want you to feel as though you were drawing the bottom of your rib cage towards the top of your hips, your pelvis. Now slowly lower down and lift straight to the sky. Now if you need to support your neck, support it. And release. Again, reach. So that pause at the top, that isometric hold, should fire things up. And release one more time. Lift. Now stay lifted, and you're going to alternate arm and leg. So that right leg, the left arm, is going to reach out and back and come back up. Left leg, right arm, out and back and come back up. So we're alternating limbs, keeping that bent knee to 90 degrees. So keeping control. If you need to lower that upper body, by all means, lower that upper body. And lift. And lift. One more time each side. Doing great, you guys. And up. And release it down. Let's take it to the left. Both knees are bent. Now this time, if you like, you can extend those legs. So now a longer lever. We take it to the right. As low as you can without touching the mat. And rise. But if you need to, yep, keep those knees bent. We're working to keep both shoulders down. But if you like those long levers, guys, go for it. And there's a lot of gray area there too, so it's not just either bent or straight. You can have a partial bend in the knees. One more time each direction. And to the right. And back to center. Breathe. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Now this time we're going to keep those knees tucked in pretty tight. We're going to lift the upper body. Now if you need the support and we're holding onto those shins, use it. But if you can keep that tight little tuck and release your hands, do it. If you can extend those arms out to a T and keep that tight little tuck, go for it. If you can extend those arms out behind you and keep that tight little tuck, yes. Now slowly begin to extend your legs. Can you feel your tailbone off the mat? Hold it there. Now slowly lower your legs and slowly lower the upper body. Again, pull it in. Tight little tuck. You should have this little fire burning in that lower belly. Breathe. Take a hold of the shins. Pull it in even tighter. Can you feel the difference? So that's what we're going for. Keep that tight little tuck and release. Extend the arms and slowly open. And release it down. Pull those knees in towards the chest. Pull the knees across your body, one direction or the other. Opposite hand opens out to the side. Take your gaze out over that arm. Breathe. Releasing that hand, slowly roll those knees back to center and we take it to the other side. Knees down, chest opens towards the sky. Resting that opposite hand on the knee, take your gaze out over that long arm. And just close your eyes. So we are almost done, my friends. We have started in that standing position and we're working our way down. Releasing the hand, rolling back to center. Go ahead and bring your hands behind your thighs. Rock yourself up. Release your hands, and let's come on over onto inhale. And then up and over. So, as you have heard me before, if you have done any of my other videos, plank, one of the best exercises you can do for all over body toning to strengthen every muscle in your being. So for plank, if you need to modify, we're here in tabletop. Core is strong. Feels right to you? Take your knees back slightly. Shift a little body weight forward so that your shoulders are over your fingertips. And we've now lengthened through the body. Crown of the head out through the knees. A nice long diagonal line. If you are ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees. Coming into a full plank position. Lifting out of those shoulders. Strong through the core. Breathe. So you can simply hold your plank and take a break when you need to. If you are feeling rock solid and you just feel like, hey, bring it on, Let's open up those feet just a little bit. Still on your mat, but just a little wider stance. And we're going to take those hands out, still on your mat, but to the upper corners of your mat. Core is strong. Find your breath. Now pull your hands back just underneath the shoulders. Pull your feet back to hip width apart. Walk your hands forward, straight out in front, kind of like you're doing a Superman. Breathe. Now shift some weight forward and come up onto the tips of your toes. Weight back to the balls of the feet. Walk your hands back to under the shoulders. Find your breath. Now shift some weight forward to the tips of the toes. Come back to center. Now if you're on your knees, shift your weight to that right knee, rotate open, and extend. Left arm to the sky. Now our feet can be staggered, our knee can be down, or the legs can be long with the feet stacked. Breathe. Bringing that top hand, that left hand, behind your head or slightly off. Again, we're not touching the face. We lift that left leg, bend the knee. Now we draw the elbow to the knee, knee towards the elbow, extend and press it out. The other option, knee and then reach. Knee and reach. Knee and reach 2 more. Knee and reach 1 more. Knee and reach. And release it down to side plank. Now slowly roll it over. Back to your plank position. Now we take that left knee to the mat if you like, otherwise legs are long. We rotate. So again, that knee can be down, feet can be staggered, or feet can be stacked. We bring that top hand, right hand, to behind the head or slightly off. We lift that right leg, flex your foot. As you bend that right knee and pull in, reach that right elbow down and open it up. So we can keep that hand where it is, or as you inhale, reach, exhale, extend. Inhale, squeeze those obliques, and then lengthen them. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, press it out. One more time. Draw it in. Press it out. Release your leg, lift that right arm to the sky. And then slowly roll yourself back to plank. Hold your plank. Lift out of those shoulders. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Breathe. We're going to open up those feet. Once again, still on your mat. You don't have to open them if you want to keep that challenge. Narrower feet, more challenge. Left hand to the right shoulder. Left hand down. Right hand to the left shoulder. And down. So we're alternating tapping, doing our best to keep those hips from shifting. That wider stance helps to keep those hips from shifting. You want more challenge? Bring your feet closer. But notice that weight shift and how your body responds to it. Working to keep those hips level can be really challenging. Last one. Holding your plank. We draw that right knee in and hollow the tummy and chest. Extend it out. Left knee in, hollow the tummy and chest. And press it out. Right knee hollow. And press. Left knee hollow. And press. Hold here. Now just hollow. Like you've got a spine reaching to the sky. Somebody's lifting you up right at the base of your rib cage. Now slowly level. And hollow. And level. And hollow. And back to plank. Slow as you can. Crocodile down. All the way onto your tummy. Tops of the feet to the mat. Hands right by your shoulders. Chin to the mat. Now we're going to get a little work for that posterior chain. As I said earlier at the beginning of the video, Important to work. Core is strong. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, lift just your upper body. Your buns stay soft. Your gaze stays forward out towards the top center of your mat. Feet stay on the mat. And release it down. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift. This time, hands can stay where they are, or extend the arms out to a T. Now rotate your palms towards the sky. Feel how that activates through the shoulders. Now rotate the palms back towards the floor. Now opposite direction. Rotate your palms towards the sky and feel how that lifts just a little bit more through the upper body. Your buns are still soft. Rotate palms to the floor and lower down. Again, inhale. And as you exhale, lift. Breathe. We bring the hands, fingertips right up by the forehead. Feels right to you, extend those arms out. If any part of your body is asking you not to do this, listen. Open the arms back out to a T. Pull the hands right in by the side of your face. Extend the arms out and circle it around. We're going to do that one more time. Hands right by the side of the face. Extend the arms out. Slowly sweep them around and lower yourself down. Breathe. Hands right by your chest. Press it back. And child's pose. Nice big deep breaths. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands to one side. Reach out through that opposite hand and press your hips out and away. So hopefully that was an awesome workout for the core. Feeling it in some places beyond the core. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands back through center. Stay in child's pose just for a moment. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands out to the opposite side. Reach, 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 and then press those hips out. So that same arm is long, press those hips in that same direction. Breathe. We come back to center and sit it back to child's pose. And let's walk those hands up. Come on over into one hip. Sweep your feet around. Slide on down to the top of the mat or to the side of the mat. Move your weights off to the side if you happen to have one. We're going to walk those hands forward. And just relax the weight of the upper body. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, rotate to the right, left hand to the top of that right thigh. Right hand behind you to the floor, lengthen through the crown of the head and slowly turn your gaze out towards the back. Breathe. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn back to face front. And then as you exhale, rotate. Left hand behind you, right hand to the top of the knee. Lengthen through the crown of the head and then rotate the upper body. A soft little tuck of your chin towards your chest. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn back to face front. Gently release that right hand down. Left forearm crosses the crown of the head and gently pull your head over to the left, relaxing the weight of that left hand. Now press that right palm towards the floor. Inhale, extend left arm. Switch sides, right arm up, left arm down, cross the crown of the head and gently pull to the right. Relaxing the weight of the hand. And give a little push with that left palm towards the floor. Extending right arm and then left. Pull the hands to heart center. I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this was a good workout for you. I hope your tummy feels nice and warm. And maybe you're thinking of me tomorrow or the next day, wondering what the heck you did. Any feedback you guys know, I'd love to get it. If you've guys are in Colorado with me, stay warm, stay safe. It's beautiful, but yeah, I'm over it. I prefer the whole 70s. If you are elsewhere around the world, be safe, stay healthy. Do your part to take care of you so that you can help whoever needs the love and support they can have to offer when it comes time. Be sure to send out that love into the universe so that it's there if you need it, if you need extra. But I know there's a lot of folks out there that need that extra love. So I send that out to you, from me to you. Be well, my friends. Take care. Until the